Hi, Subhi. Thank you for your next batch of essays. Now let's have a look at the essay about part-time jobs. These days, studying and simultaneously working in the free time is trending. In my opinion, there are a lot of benefits of part-time jobs and only a few disadvantages. From giving financial independence to helping a student grow mature, the positives are manifold. This essay discusses about all the impacts of indulging in some work during studies. Okay, this is a nice introduction. Let's make a couple of corrections here. Okay, I really like the way you put the first sentence here. Yes, you didn't use the word students at all. Okay, nice. In my opinion, comma, there are a lot of benefits of part-time jobs. I would say with only a few disadvantages, but and is equally good. I really like this sentence as well. This is a great sentence, great vocabulary use, absolutely. Okay, yet I would say this essay discusses all the impacts of indulging in some work during studies. So technically, you can discuss all the impacts. This would be exhaustive, and your essay is not going to turn out exhaustive. So you cannot cover absolutely all the impacts. So this is technically impossible, especially in the size of IELTS Task 2 essay. So it would be more appropriate to say some of the most relevant, or let's say choose the synonym of to your liking. Indulging in some work. Indulge has a connotation of pleasure. So indulging in some work sounds a bit unusual and it doesn't really collocate. You could say in taking some casual jobs during studies, and it's not just work. It's you really have to come closer to the idea of part-time jobs. First and foremost, a student gains financial independence when he is employed somewhere. What if the student is a female? You either say when he or she, or you can replace it by the neutral they. By utilizing the leisure time in a smart way by opting to work, by here, and this by here sound very unusual. And yes, by the way, I will get back to this couple of ofs because I wanted to comment on that too. A school fellow can own money for his daily expenses and even more. Okay, let's start from the end. What do you mean by even more? You have to be more specific because this is a very, very ambiguous way of saying things. Two, own money is an unusual, not to say weird way of saying earning money. Why not simply say earn money? That's absolutely okay. A school fellow is not exactly the perfect synonym for student. If you want to look it up, what is a school fellow or just a fellow in the context of academic background, you will see the meaning is a bit 3 steps away from the meaning of the word student. It's not exactly a student, but anyway. So I would suggest you avoid the repetition of the bys, right? So find another way of saying that. You can say if a student uses their leisure in a smart way by opting to work, then they can earn money for their daily expenses and for many other purposes. If you mean that they can use the money for various things, because this even more, I don't even know what to think. Okay, but this is a very nice way of saying, turning this. Yes, you can use your leisure time as you wish. Okay, going back to the ofs here in the introduction. In my opinion, there are a lot of benefits of part-time jobs. I would say there are a lot of benefits in let's say working part-time jobs, doing part-time jobs, up to you, but make sure you use a verb, an appropriate verb, and in the gerund form, and it will be preceded by in, and that is going to solve the problem of unnecessary preposition repetition. A study at Oxford. Again, it's not just a study at Oxford. Who did the study? And what is Oxford? Do you mean the city of Oxford or what? So perhaps a study performed by, let's say, Oxford University researchers says that students who are doing some paid tasks while studying, and I think we need, yes, will become more individualistic as they have not learned to borrow from others. I'm not sure what I have just read and how this connects to the previous sentence. Wait a second. In your previous sentence, you are saying that the student gains financial independence, right? Okay. Then you say that if they use their free time for working part-time, they can have money. So let's replace it by earn, as I suggested. They can earn money for various things, right? And then you say, a study at Oxford says that those who do some uh, jobs, I'm going to simplify, jobs while studying become more individualistic. So is this good or bad? Because what follows is kind of negative, as they have not learned to borrow from others. So I'm not sure about the value of this. Is this positive or negative? I'm going to mark it in with the highlighter. So this kind of contradicts what you had here. So I'm not sure how this connects. What do we have as a result? Unfortunately, we're losing points for coherence because I don't even know what to think because I don't know what your initial intention was. And if I don't know, the purpose is lost. The your answer doesn't really answer the topic. So I'm not sure what's happening. On the other hand, those pupils who are non-working, this is not a very successful way of saying. You can say those who do not work or those students who do not work always seek money from others, even for small needs. Okay, so what are you trying to say? So, do you mean that they are not independent? They're not financially independent. Connect this sentence to the previous one somehow and connect this sentence to the idea, to the first sentence of this paragraph. This is a bit confusing. You need to add more clarity and more coherence by adding perhaps some explanation and more connection to this paragraph. Therefore, working part-time is a good option. Okay, good. But let's avoid the word good because good is way too simple for us, right? We're striving for something which is higher than 6 or higher than 6 and 5 in terms of IELTS bands. So let's avoid the words good, bad, interesting, nice, and important because they're way too simple for us. Let's choose an appropriate, precise synonym. Secondly, being an employee makes a learner more mature and familiar with work life at an early age. Okay, careful with the word early age. Early age is like at the age of 5 or at the age of 8. That's an early age. You can say at an early stage in their development as an adult, something like this. In this way, a student can easily learn to maintain a balance between personal and professional life faster. Okay. Mm. So I'm not sure. Mature and familiar with work life is one thing. A balance between personal and professional life is slightly something else. This balance can be included into the concept of mature, but it's not. It cannot be connected to the familiar with work life because a balance between personal and professional life is a slightly different topic. You can add. You can add this. Though an empirical study at Cambridge, again, Cambridge town or Cambridge University, reveals that those who start working early become more accustomed to the work environment. To what kind of work environment? To the work environment they would find themselves in later, probably, and thus they are able to work smoothly. What do you mean by smoothly? I'm not sure we can combine work and smoothly here. So perhaps we should replace this by an appropriate synonym or a longer explanation because I'm not sure what you mean by smoothly. Do you mean without conflicts? Do you mean without asking for help? Well, smoothly can mean many things. So you really have to be more precise here. Okay. Whereas employees and so on and so on. Okay, this is a fragment. this is a fragment. You should connect it to the previous sentence. You can put a comma here and say, whereas employees who have not worked in student life might face difficulty in the office when adapting to the life, what lifestyle, to the work lifestyle, or to what kind of lifestyle. It's really not sufficiently clear. Let's agree on always staying clear and precise, because if we don't, we will lose points for either coherence or task achievement. Hence, there is no harm in being employed. Okay, this is a bit conversational and informal, so if you could say the same in a more formal way, for instance. Hence, there are few harmful consequences in being employed while doing one's studies. To sum up, I would say that part-time jobs have advantages than the disadvantages. No, we can't say it like this. Have more advantages than disadvantages. Any sort of work provides confidence, independence, and grooms the personality. Whose personality, you really have to say. In the future, this trend will surely grow even more. Based on what in your essay can you say that? Like, show me what in your essay says that. Again, introduce some hypothetical feeling, something like, it might be said that based on the research examined, in the future this trend could surely grow even more. If you stay tentative, you might have the right to say that. If not, nothing in your essay supports this. Not directly, you haven't made the connection. So please take into account the corrections that I have suggested and try to rewrite this essay, and I'm sure it will turn out much, much better. Now let's have a look at your letter, right? Your application letter. Dear Sir, Madam, nice. Yes, you can put the comma or you can skip it as you wish, but a comma is more traditional, so to say. My name is Subhi Srivastava, and I have applied for the post of sales manager in your company, Digiversal, for Delhi branch. Okay, I think we're missing some punctuation here and some word order corrections too. I have applied for the sales manager post. That would be more economical. In your company, if you either say in your company or you say at Digiversal in the Delhi branch. Okay, I have completed my master's. How about my master's degree? Beg your pardon, my master's degree in marketing stream. Why do you need to put marketing in inverted commas? You're using it in its right meaning. Why stream? You can simply say in 2010, and then I went to Oxford for international certification. Again, Oxford what? Oxford University, Oxford anything else? Oxford Publishing House. So let's try to be more specific, right? And you really don't need to say, then I went. No, we're not being narrative. We're not telling stories. We're saying what we have. So you can say, I have completed my master's degree in marketing in 2010, and then I obtained Oxford International Certification in sales strategies, and you don't need the inverted commas again, in 2011. Okay, good. You're proving that you have the expertise. Very nice. I chose this field because of my extreme inclination towards sales management. Okay. Also, comma, I found myself completely indulged in the tasks relating to sales, and the dedication always reflects in my work. I think we discussed the word indulge before. It has a connotation of pleasure, taking pleasure, but not in the way of I enjoy what I do. No, you can't use it as a synonym to that. No, sorry. So my extreme inclination sounds weird. Sorry for that. Some words just don't collocate. You can say that I chose this field because of my strong inclination towards sales management. Also, I am fond of immersing myself in the tasks relating to sales, or in any kind of tasks related to sales, and this dedication is always reflected in my work. Okay. With my lively attitude, I prefer making the work environment full of fun and energy packed. Okay. With a lively attitude, I prefer. Okay, full of fun is very informal. How about saying this in a more professional, formal way? Energy packed should be hyphenated first, and try to find a way to incorporate this in this sentence, but not put it at the end. No, you need to rewrite the structure of the sentence and get rid of full of fun. This sounds unprofessional in a cover letter. My dedication, and I have seen the word dedication before. Let's change this word. You really need to change this word. Let's say, yes, enthusiasm. Do we have enthusiasm anywhere? My enthusiasm and passion towards work has always been appreciated by my, not X, no. X is for, um, for our everyday language, former. But my former employers, um, who who evaluated me with a 5-star rating every year since 2012. I wouldn't say this like this. I would say who have provided I don't know mm, who have highly appreciated my work every year since 2012. Again, you can add something like I can provide proof of this by I don't know, offering references from my former employer, something like this. I request you. No, this is very rude. This is very, very rude. I request you. Um, you could say, please find attached my CV for your considerations, and you will, let's say, which confirms that I show complete proof of my talents that can be of the best use here at Digiversal. We can't say I request you. As I said, this is very straightforward to rude. We don't observe the CV in detail. No, this sounds very, very, very unusual and not appropriate for a cover letter. Hope to hear from you soon is very formal too. You can say, I look forward to hearing from you soon. Okay, yours sincerely, first name, last name. This is appropriate and formal. I told you about, I gave you a verbal commentary on this, so try to rework this part. So you know how to write a cover letter, I can see, but remember, you really have to preserve a very serious, very formal tone. If not, your cover letter will simply not be examined, I mean, in the real world. And yes, you will lose points in task achievement as well, because you are evaluated on how you know to choose your language depending on the communicative purpose of the task. So, you have done a very good job anyway. Keep up the great work and all the best of luck.